Thank you for tuning in to the Press Box. This video, I want to talk about 7 things that I learned from the 2024 presidential election. And before I get off into it, the first thing I want to say is, personally, I don't give a damn if Kermit the Frog was the president. I'm gonna make this shit shake regardless. Always have, always will. But I just want to touch on my observations. And the first 3 or 4 observations I'm gonna speak on, these, I'm really speaking from a spiritual aspect about this Harris and Trump election that we just had in 24, y'all. The first thing I learned was people, specifically black people, have a real lack of faith. Black people believe in politics more than they believe in God. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I could tell the reaction, I could tell the conviction that people had that were pro-Harris. They felt like if Harris didn't win, their lives would be just fucked up, that the world would just be over and we would be living in a state of hell. So that showed me that your faith is not rooted in God. Your faith is rooted in man. Your faith is rooted in politics. And that is a very big imbalance. And it just shows, like, y'all talk all that religious and spiritual talk, but your actions don't reflect it by what you showed during that presidential election. You believe more in the president than you believe in God. God's plan ain't gonna work if a certain candidate got in there. So since Trump is in there, Trump is bigger than God to y'all, because that's what your actions reflected. The second thing I learned is, I'm speaking to black people again, and it's spiritual. You black people had a very low moral compass. Y'all were willing to sacrifice your morality, your dignity, so that your said candidate could represent you. The candidate that most black people were behind was Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris brought out some of the lowliest black people as representation to represent us in order to get our vote. And you black people said, she's just trying to get the children's vote. She just doing it to campaign. Trump did this, they did this, so we gonna do this. You were willing to sell out your morality. You were willing to turn a blind eye to righteousness. You were willing to support debauchery, foolishness, and fuckery so your candidate could one up. You who were talking about, you didn't care about Megan twerking, you didn't care about Glorilla cussing and doing all that nigger shit, you didn't care about Cardi B, you didn't care about Quavo wearing the woman clothes, Kelly Rowland wearing the man clothes, you didn't care about none of that shit. You wanted your candidate to win. You closed your eyes and said, y'all can have our babies, y'all can talk to our youth in whatever form or fashion, in whatever low vibrational way, y'all can have them. Just give us this woman as a presidential candidate. Y'all showed me y'all have a very low moral compass. Again, that's a hit on your spirituality. That's a hit on your connection with God. The third thing I actually seen was that you guys' spiritual barometer is low, it's disconnected, that your spiritual clock is not ticking. It's stopped because you couldn't even recognize, wait a minute, I don't think that it's righteous that this candidate is putting out all of this negativity in order to get support. That right there to me was problematic, because it's like, damn, how can you be so godly? How can you proclaim that, like I said, you get on here and talk shit to me for cussing, but the candidate gives you all of these immoral examples to root for, but you okay with that. So you have your spiritual inclination is off. You support the bullshit and claim that you so godly and you so righteous. So again, though, and another thing too, which kind of goes along with the first one, but I guess this is number 4. Y'all live in fear. Again, you live in fear. If this candidate went, my life is gonna be bad. We ain't gonna be able to make it. The world is fucked up. You scary. So we've been having presidential elections since we have been on the planet. The same shit, basically with every candidate, we've gotten the same results. Some of you niggas is 50, 60 years old, still talking, oh man, I'm scared. I can't pay my bills. I'm gonna need some money. Which brings me to, the 5th thing is, on one hand, it showed that black people, for something that we truly desire, we can raise money in a snap of a finger. Overnight, I can't remember the exact amount, but this woman raised so much money that black people, mainly women, put into the pot because they supported this presidential campaign. And they came up with all of this money. But on the other hand, people will say, man, I want this candidate to win because they promising us $20,000 funky dollars. And they gonna give you weed. You niggas said, just give me $20,000, whatever, I just want to give me some money. So the whole concept of black people doing for self, that shit go out the window. You just want somebody to give you something. You just want to beg a politician, man, we deserve this. Y'all give these people money, give us some money. Man, that shit is lame as fuck. Get up off your ass and do it yourself. Have a do-for-self mentality. Ain't nobody gonna give you niggas shit. Been begging politicians, been begging presidents forever to give you something. They ain't gave us shit but crumbs. So when are we gonna be like, God damn, the same way you pool that money together to vote or to give that woman to endorse her campaign, put that money in a pot to build a school. Put that money in the pot to build a grocery store. Put that money in the pot to build a hospital so that we can have something of our own. That candidate wasn't gonna be yours. She lost. Your money went down the motherfucking drain for a Beyonce walkthrough, dummies. The 6th thing I learned was, black women, talking to you now, y'all thought y'all could shame, ridicule, and belittle black men to get support. You thought you was gonna talk shit to us and tell us we ain't shit unless we agree with you. So you want a bunch of henpecked men to follow you and do what you think is right? The fuck out of here. You have black mothers who have black husbands, have black brothers, black uncles, and most importantly, you have black sons. And you said, y'all black men ain't shit. Black men was the fault your presidential candidate lost. I seen it all over the internet. Y'all said all kind of silly ass shit about black men because we didn't do what you wanted us to do. And you went about it in the most disrespectful manner. You said we was to blame. Everybody want to be a black man hater until somebody's smacking you upside the head. Then you want somebody to come save you. Then black men don't protect black women. No, we ain't shit. Remember, you said it. Now you got your little son. If he don't do what mommy say, you gonna raise a little ain't shit ass son. The same person that you are talking shit about, you raising one. Silly. The last thing I learned was, boy, by me wearing this hat, boy, white folks surely is friendly, man. Man, I done had some conversations, boy, you wouldn't believe, just by me wearing this Make America Great Again hat, boy. I tell you, man, they come up to me, hey, man, what's going on? Hey, man, we won. Yeah, we goddamn sure did, Johnny, Charlie. Yeah, but That was the last thing. That's a very true statement, boy. This hat has been a very great conversation starter. And some of the points that I've noticed that mostly it's the white men, some women too, but mostly white men, their biggest gripe was that presidential candidate is more worried about a woman being able to have an abortion than us putting groceries in our house. And I can agree with that. But yeah, man, I just want to touch on that right quick. If you done stuck around for this whole video, my bro told me I need to say this in the end. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you still listening, hit the like button. Help my algorithm. And let's make America great again.